Peri Gilpin, and also joining us is Fran Visco. Is that correct? She is magnificent. I mean, we've been talking even before we came back, but she's the president of the National Breast Cancer Coalition and of NBCC, right? She and Peri are here to talk about a really important campaign to end breast cancer. And you want to do it by the year 2020. I like that. Would you please welcome Fran? It is a pleasure to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Really,
Thank you.
Peri has been just saying how brilliant you are and everything. What is the National Breast Cancer Coalition?
Well, we're a very unusual group. We're unlike other groups. We are a coalition of organizations, women and men across the country who have come together as grassroots advocates with one mission: to end breast cancer. So we have brought about more money than anyone else for breast cancer research. We've expanded access to care for uninsured women with breast and cervical cancer. And we have also we've educated and trained women and men around the globe, really, so that they can be part in decision-making in the halls of Congress and in scientific laboratories.
Can I just do this?
Oh, thank you.
you.
Do I get one from you?
Oh, yeah. But it's wonderful people too, like Peri, who have helped give a great voice to this as well. I like what you said, you've raised more money.
Yes, through our advocacy with Congress, we brought about more than $2.6 billion new dollars for breast cancer research.
You put a deadline on it.
We did, because we're very frustrated at the slow pace of progress in breast cancer, and we looked very carefully at what we could do to change that and what we could do to change the status quo.
Why is it so slow?
It's slow because breast cancer has become a huge infrastructure and a business that really is
when you say
focused
a business
on...
for who?
Well, a business for everyone. I mean, for the scientific community, for organizations, for industry.
Drug communities.
Drug community. And everyone is sort of focused on keeping that infrastructure going. We think it needs to change, and it needs to change.
Boy, thank you. Yes. One of the things that I was... because I was checking up on everything and I wanted you to be on the show, is that the money that they raise right now, a very small percentage actually goes to the finding the cure. Like you said, it stays. What is that percentage? What is that about?
Well, it's a very small fraction. I mean, the majority of research goes to finding a new drug to treat breast cancer, and that's important. But we really need to focus more resources on figuring out how do you get breast cancer to begin with, right? How do we stop women from getting breast cancer? Preventative. And then also understanding the metastatic process, because breast cancer doesn't kill you unless it spreads beyond the breast to other organs. It's metastatic
areas like that.
and other organs, and that is the type of breast cancer that is life-threatening. And so we need to understand that process and figure out how to stop it. And importantly, if we can figure out how to stop women from getting breast cancer, then we don't have to worry about new drugs and toxic therapy and all of that.
Boy.
And that is what we're focusing on with our deadline campaign.
I so believe in that. Okay, so I listened to your cause. Why has this been so important to you, Peri?
Well, my mother had something called leiomyosarcoma, and she was sick for a very long time before she was diagnosed. She was sick at about 36 years old. She started to have incredible back pain, and then finally they figured it out when she was about 42, and then she passed away when she was 55. So 20 years of her life, basically, she fought it, and she dealt with all of the stuff with it, and I totally know what an industry it is, and I also know there are a lot of people out there trying to help people with it. But there's so many organizations where people kind of go and get sad. And one of the things I didn't meet Fran until after my mother had passed away, but very shortly after, and I really wanted to do something. I'd been with my mom so much, and when she left the planet, I didn't know what to do with myself. I wanted to give that energy somewhere, and so I met Fran, and what I loved was how proactive the National Breast Cancer Coalition is. I've been to Washington with them. I've been all over the place.
I heard
here.
Bill Clinton loves you.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Bill Clinton said he wished he had a sign that said yes, just that he could hold up when Fran came. You know, he loves Fran.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Fran is very, very. She's all over Washington. She's working with the medical communities. She's working. She's married those two. She's the minister, and she does the testing. The National Breast Cancer Coalition makes sure that these tests get done and get out to people, that the drugs are safe, and that information gets to people.
See, I think that we as a nation, we're very good at acute. We can cut out and fix anything. But I think that European countries are much stronger in the prevention of it.
Well, they think that way.
Right.
I mean, we need to think that way.
Well, we need to change the conversation in breast cancer so that we're talking about how do we prevent it? How do we finally end breast cancer? You know, this is my 25th anniversary of my diagnosis with breast cancer.
I love this.
25 years. And yet today, breast cancer is treated very much the same way it was treated when I was diagnosed. There haven't been that many changes.
So people watching right now, Fran, what can they do?
Well, they can go to our website. I mean, we really need help in order to reach the deadline. And our website is www.breastcancerdeadline2020.org. They can sign the petition to the president asking that the end of breast cancer be made a national priority. They can contribute to the work of the National Breast Cancer Coalition.
On the research side?
Yes, contribute to our work for a deadline campaign, because we not only have a campaign, we also have a blueprint and a plan of action on how to get there.
Good for you. Good.
And they need to raise the visibility of the campaign.
Well, that's what we're here today doing.
And I'm giving you one of our pins.
And I'm wearing it. And you know what else? Everybody in our audience received T-shirts and pins.
Yes,
We got to
that's great.
show our audience because they look beautiful. And I want to just say really quickly that we are blessed to have breast cancer survivors in our audience today. Can we show them? Stand up. Yay! Good for you. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you for being here, for the audience, for you. Thank you so much for being here, Fran. Peri, thank you for bringing this to the show. And you go for it. God bless you all. I'm with you, baby. For more information on Breast Cancer Deadline 2020 campaign, go to our website, hallmarkchannel.com/Marie. It'll give you all this information. We'll be right back.